PSA, your bathroom is covered in shit.
What? What are you talking about? I have a very healthy bowel. What are you talking about?
I just found out that if you flush the toilet without closing the lid, it's like poof. I had no idea. So now
Ew.
your toothbrushes, your brushes, everything is covered in shit.
That's so nasty. That's yeah, that's been news, man. It's been on the news.
It's the PSA for today.
Hit the damn record and see
Hit
if we
the
can
damn
do it.
record. See we record something. Hey, friend.
Hi, friend. Welcome to the Unlikely Friends
Where
podcast.
two friends living abroad talk about race relations,
How we feel about it, what it means to us.
and everything in between.
Gossip.
So, welcome everybody. My name is David.
And I'm Desma.
Hey, Des. So, if you're
Hey, Zara.
if you're listening to us on Spotify and you're watching us on YouTube and you follow us on Facebook, please like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when we post a new video. So, ding, ding, baby, ding, ding. Now, hitting that
Ding.
like button must seem like something small and insignificant to you, but it means so much to us. It really, really does. It also boosts our engagement to everybody else. So, hit the
The button. The button. The button. Hit the
hit the
button.
button.
Hit that button.
Anyway,
How are you?
I'm fine. I am almost finished with my school year. We just got done finishing our final
Gosh, yeah.
exams, so I have to correct my final exams. But thank God I don't have to correct my final exams. I did everything on optic forms, so the machine reads it. The only thing is I got to put these grades into the system, which is a lot, and I have to wait until next week because we have our makeup exams. And then July 1st, I am officially on vacation for 53 days. Yes, I said 53 days. I do not
Ding.
go back to work until September 15th.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's about I'm right up there with you. I have one more week left. And that's just us organizing things, but our last day with the kids was on Friday. And this weekend, I was telling you, this weekend, I have had daily naps every single
Yeah,
day.
you were telling
I
me. Are you
think,
ill or
I don't think I'm ill. I don't feel ill. I just feel
tired?
exhausted.
Yeah.
Like it was like my body said, okay, we finished. Now it's time to
Shut
shut
down. Yeah,
down.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And so Friday I came home. I took a cold shower because it was hot on Friday. Lay down on my sofa. My dog was bouncing around and we took a nap together. Yesterday, I did the same thing. Today, before we recorded, I ate my breakfast and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna curl up on the sofa one more time. Guess what happened?
Fell asleep.
Snooze fest.
Mm-hmm.
Snooze fest. I
Happens
think
real
I
quick.
just
Sneaks up on you.
yeah, my body is like, hey, guys, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Everybody, we're done.
Well,
So I just got up for the second time about 30 minutes ago.
well, you look purty. So,
Well, thanks.
shank.
Thanks. I put ice all over my face. I was like a puffy mess, like, woo, puff, puff,
Well,
puff.
I am actually trying out a new light scheme behind me. I think it looks kind
I
of
dig it.
cool.
I dig it. I
Instead of
dig
it
it. I
being
like
like
it.
white, I think this blue kind of like, my skin tone. And yeah. Let's talk
What?
about
Yeah.
anti-blackness, because it is getting on my nerves. It really, really is. There are so many brown people, and I don't even know why I did the air quotes, brown people. And when I say brown people, I mean South Asians, Indians, I mean Asians, Latin Americans, may they be from Cuba or, Mexico or whatever. All of this anti-blackness is really, really, really starting to get on my nerves. And I just want all of these people to know, listen, we as black people, we are not looking for you to be deported. This is not what we want. We voted so that you can stay in the country. But with all of your anti-blackness,
I'm so
I
sorry. I don't know what that is. I'm so
anti-blackness,
sorry. I feel like I've been under a rock. Is this
anti-blackness,
something that
anti-blackness is literally is when another minority hating on black people, because I mean minorities can't be racist, so
is
it's
this
anti-blackness.
well, is it something that's happening like
Yes,
right
you
now
have
that
all of these Mexican people saying, "Oh, black people aren't helping us, and they're not doing this, and they're not doing this." Like, but you
oh,
guys have
okay.
all
That's
of
what
this
I okay.
vitriol for us, and then you want us to help you? We don't understand what's going on here. You can't talk about us. You can't not want to be around us. You can't. I mean, because a lot of, especially Mexican Americans and Cuban Americans, their
Yeah.
parents tell them stay away from the black people. It's like if it wasn't for us in the civil rights movement, you wouldn't have a pathway here. And, Asian people do this too. It's like, you wouldn't have a pathway into the United States if it wasn't for black blood that was spilled in order for you to walk on it. You can't, there's just no way. There's no way you can exclude us. There's no way you can talk about us
Well,
and then expect us to support you. There's no way.
mm, is this because of the protests and all of that? Is that
I
part of
don't
the
think the
conversation
protest has
where
anything to do with it, because
because there was I mean, looking at the media, there wasn't a whole lot of color in the crowd, if you know what I'm
and
saying.
purposefully.
Listen, I know, of course, because just look at how everybody voted.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, and I get that. So, but what I'm saying is this a part of that, like commentary,
I
where
think it is
like
part of
what
that.
happened?
I think that
Where
is
were you guys too? But no, no, no. There doesn't need to be any questions about where anybody was
right.
because we all were at the voting booth and you could
And we
clearly
voted the
see
right
what
way.
happened. Right, right, right.
So now,
So I
because
guess I was
there's no
curious.
there's no outpouring of black people for the Latin community, the Asian community, because there are also black people being deported, like from Haiti and Senegal and all that. They're also being deported out of the United States. Not only Latin people. So let's just get that straight. But first of all, the thing that I want to make very, very clear is that we did not want this for you. We understand that this is happening to you, but this is what you voted for. All of you Trump lovers, Latin people, especially Cubans. I'm sorry, but Cuban people, you're not white. And guess what? You will never be white to them. Mexican people, you are not white. And you will never be white to them. Yes, you're lighter than us, but guess what? They don't see you much better than us. We, as Black Americans, we cannot be deported. We are written into the Constitution. We are not immigrants. You are. You can be deported. We can't be deported. We tried to warn you. don't
I
vote
don't
for
know. I feel
this,
like everybody can be deported right now.
right? But we tried to
I
warn
don't
you,
think.
don't vote for this. Don't vote for this. And you voted for it, and now you can suffer the consequences. We tried to tell you, we don't want this for you. We don't want this for anybody. We don't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
don't come for us and wondering where we are. We were there on November 5th.
Right.
So
Um, I I have to say, like everything that's happened in LA, all of the protests and everything. If I were there, I would definitely be there. I would have been there for sure. Um,
I wouldn't have.
well, yeah. I mean, and for good reason. I mean, and for good reason. But I I'd like to think all these things are good for change, but the ultimate change is the vote.
Yeah.
If you like what you're seeing and you like what you're hearing, like, share, and subscribe. And right now we're in such a situation. We both woke up to the news today, and it's quite a situation that we're in um, with Iran. Unchecked power.
Disgusting.
We all knew, and we were warned what could possibly happen. And guess what happened overnight? Well, while we were sleeping, not while America was sleeping, but it happened while we were sleeping. And we woke up to the news that now we have bombed Iran, which I know that's how I feel. Your face is exactly how I feel. Like, are you kidding me? And without Congress, there was no conversation. There wasn't any conversation. It was, this is what I want to do. And that message that he sent out on Truth Social, basically it was like somebody slapping somebody in the face and then saying, "Hey, let's shake hands. Like, now is the time for peace." My left butt cheek is time for peace. Give me a break. There's no way that Iran is just going to be like, "Okay." No, those people have every single right to retaliate. Every single right. Every right. Please.
I don't know what to say after your left butt cheek.
My left butt cheek. Not my right one. He does not get that privilege.
Here's what I have to say to that. You're absolutely right. Um, this is a huge step towards a constitutional crisis because the executive branch has now overstepped Congress.
Yes.
Because you cannot declare war on any president cannot declare war on anybody without the permission of Congress. And he unilaterally,
Just said, oh, just because I want.
yeah, he turned into Netanyahu's bitch, basically. He's being his bitch.
And that's the thing. We all thought was possible. We all thought that that was absolutely possible. Um,
He struck them three times or three bases or something like that, if I remember the
Three
information
bases.
correctly.
Yeah.
But do you
Yeah.
know what? I'm sorry, but Iran is like, okay, bet. Okay, bet.
Right.
Bet.
Exactly.
And they
Exactly. Exactly.
retaliated again. You can't walk up
Look.
to somebody, like you said, I'll use your analogy. You can't walk up to
Mm-hmm.
somebody, slap somebody, and say, okay, we're friends now.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 no. I'm going to slap you
Mm-hmm.
back. And I'm going to slap your mama.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody that you're related
And
to.
everybody you're related to. You can't do that. That's not how
Yeah.
politics works. First of all, Iran is a sovereign nation, okay? If they want to build a whole nuclear city, that has nothing to do with the United States. It has nothing to do with Israel. It has nothing to do with any other
It
neighboring
might.
country. No, 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 it doesn't. Because guess what? Who is the largest holder of nuclear weapons? It's not the United States, it's Russia. Russia is the country with the largest nuclear ammunition. Second in the world is the United States. Okay? So, if we can unchecked make nuclear weapons, Russia can unchecked make nuclear weapons. Why can't Iran unchecked make nuclear weapons? Just because we perceive them to be a threat doesn't mean that they are a threat. Yes, we don't like the regime. Okay, the regime is pretty messed up. I have to admit that. But that doesn't mean because we don't like the regime, we can just go into their country and do whatever the hell we want or tell them what they need to do and then they have to obey it. No, that is a sovereign nation. Now, maybe I don't know the ins and outs of the political um,
I
relationships
think
and the
there's a lot
political
going on
repercussions. I'm
there.
sure there
Yeah.
is a whole lot of political stuff that goes on, why they shouldn't and why they can't and blah, blah. I'm sure there is. But from a layman's point of view, as far as I'm concerned, Israel had no right to attack Iran because they were saying, what was it? What did they call it? Preemptive attacks. That's not a preemptive attack. That is an assault. First of all, where is the proof that they have nuclear weapons? Where's the proof? First of all,
Well, yeah, I'm not sure about whether or not
and in his
all of that.
in Donald Trump's briefing, he did not tell us anything. There was no intel, none. We even heard it from Tulsi Gabbard herself. She said, what, yesterday or 2 days ago? She said
That's
that
right.
Iran
Yeah.
does not have any
We
nuclear
don't have any
weapons.
evidence. Yeah, we don't have any evidence. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
And Trump said, no, no, she's wrong.
she's wrong. I'm sorry, your intelligence secretary
Yeah,
is
yeah.
wrong? Bruh.
Okay,
And
okay,
to that I say,
okay.
okay.
I was going to ask you, how did you celebrate
I didn't do
Juneteenth?
anything
Did
in
you do
particular,
anything?
no. I stayed home and I relaxed. I made it a point not to work. Oh, did you hear about that one woman who walked uh, out of a business because the white people were making fun of Juneteenth, and it was a black woman? Did you hear about that? Yeah, it was a
No.
black woman who went into Synergy Auto something where they repair trucks or service trucks. She went there with her truck and she gave them
Okay.
the key and blah blah blah. And one of the customers were also there. They were all white. She was the only black woman there. And one of the customers asked, no, he said to another employee, male employee, he said to another employee, "Do we have enough change for today? Because banks are going to be closed tomorrow." It was June 18th. Banks are going to be closed tomorrow, June 19th. One of the customers got confused. He says, "Why would the banks be closed tomorrow?" And the male worker said, "Tomorrow's Juneteenth. It's a federal holiday. Banks are closed." And the customer said, "Okie dokie," like, okay, whatever. And a female employee said in response to him, quite sarcastically, "I know, right?" And the black woman was just like, she stood up. She said, she
She
was like,
said,
"Give," and that's
whoa,
exactly what
what?
she said. She said, "Give me my keys. Give me my keys. Bring my truck around right now. I don't want anything done here." And the guy was like, "Why? What just happened?" She says, "I'm not, no, I'm not letting a bunch of racists work on my truck." She said, "Give me my keys." And she walked out with her keys to get her truck. And the guy ran out after her. He says, "Ma'am, what happened? Why are you so upset?" And she had to explain to him. She says, "You are sitting there making fun of this, and a black woman is sitting there. If you don't know what Juneteenth is, go on the website and find out what it is." Because he knew what it was, because he even said, after that white woman said, she said, "I know, right?" And then she said, "Well, what is it even about?" And he said, the male employee, he says, "It has something to do with reparations or something like that." Very dismissive. And the black woman, she
Okay.
stood up. And she said, "Give me my
Okay.
keys. No, I don't want y'all working on." So he knew what it was about. And, but it's just that microaggression that white people just don't understand exists, that they do all the time. And it pisses black people and people of color
Yeah,
off. It pisses us off. And she says, "I'm going live with this." And he
that's
was like,
fair.
"Okay, you can go live with it, but we have CCTV.
Uh,
We have
yeah,
CCTV,
CCTV.
and we'll put it up on the website just so that you know it's not only your version of the story." Well, people saw it and they were like, mm-mm. Gave them bad reviews. 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star.
Hey, and listen, you think that you're going to fight fire
Well,
with
the
that?
thing
Come
was,
on
he
now.
actually,
What do you think it was a
well, he
good
didn't, he
idea to post
genuinely
it?
thought that
Lord
that they
have
didn't do
mercy.
anything wrong. And that's why he was like, "I'm just going to post this, so that people understand that it's not only your version of the story." But when people saw it, they were like, "You are an idiot, sir. You just confirmed everything that she just
That
said."
is right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that backfired
Oh,
masterfully. Okay, friend.
okay, friend.
It was nice talking to you today.
It was nice talking to you, friend.
Absolutely.
Always.
To all of our friends who are watching on YouTube, listening to us on Spotify, and follow us on Facebook, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you know when we post a new video. So, ding, ding, baby, ding, ding.
Ding, ding. And we hope you have a
Absolutely.
wonderful week.
All right, friend.
See you
Deuces.
later. Bye, guys.